Hello, this is going to be a video talking about our new personnel screen options that we've built this year for the 2017-2018 school year. Um, we do have this available as the new version in the green tab, and then we also have the original version of the personnel screen just to the right of it, looking like it always did. For a full discussion on why we have the different tabs, please refer to that um, why the green tabs video that we have available on the site as well. But assuming you know all that, what I'm going to do is just get right into it. So again, to get to the new personnel tab, you have to find a link that's found on one of the new Zen framework pages. So I'm finding it from the students tab. To get to the new personnel, I'm just going to click on that green colored tab right so. That tab will open up. This is kind of a departure from where we had before, whereas now when I come to the screen, it's going to ask me to select a district. Now I'm using a count that only has access to one district, so that's the only one that appears. If I had access to multiple school districts, they would all appear in this menu like so. But I'll select Earth District. That's the count that I have the case manager count for here. And well, I like to slide it over like this, but basically what we're seeing here is that in my my pretend school, which we call Earth District, it's showing me a list of all the different personnel that we have at that particular school. And down here is the Planet Earth School, so this is what we're looking at. So from within this, I can click on this option here to see all my active personnel, and that's just a small group of people here. You can also find any of your inactive staff. So this may be staff that you deactivated for a while. Maybe they came to another school and maybe they're coming back this year. So you can come and find them, the inactive files, and reactivate them. And another option you have is actually any staff you've removed, completely removed from your school district. You can get a list of those too, and you can theoretically reinstate them if you so choose. The thing I'll show you though the most, and I think probably the way most of our districts would use this, is that you probably want to go to select, show me the active staff, which is what I've selected here. And then you probably just want to go through your list, maybe once or twice a year and just make sure that every person on this list is currently working in the district. A lot of times people, can come and go over the years, and you maybe have your school district opened up to, people have access to your students who no longer work there. So this is just a way to make sure you get everything cleaned out and organized. So what I would do in this scenario is I've selected an active school, and just for the sake of discussion, let's say I go through and my Concordia 6 account here. We'll say that person maybe is moved on. They started working in another district, so I don't need to have them with an active account at my school anymore. So um, one fast way to do this now is that all I have to do is come over here. I can check inactive. That will make their, to change their privilege level at my school to inactive. And if I hit the save button over in the bottom right corner, it will change that person's status. And you'll see that they've been removed from the active list. But if I go to the inactive list, we should see our Concordia 6 right there at the top. Now it could be the scenario where our Concordia 6 person has completely maybe retired or moved out of the state and they're not coming back. In that scenario, we could very easily put remove and just remove their privilege altogether. I'll hit save to lock that in, and then you'll see that they disappear from the inactive menu and they should show up on the removed menu. When I do that, they do not have any more privileges at your particular school, although the systems database does record that at one time they did, so you can still retrieve them if necessary. Another thing I just wanted to show you on this is that this new personnel screen is tied to a new personnel profile page. So the personnel profile pages I'm about to show you are only accessible at this moment in time. I should mention eventually this will become the only method, but at this moment in time I can only access the personnel screen that I'm about to show you through this menu. So just bear that in mind. So to get to the personnel screen, I want to show you a couple expanded options that we've added there. I'll just click on one of our, these are all our fake accounts that we create for testing purposes. So I'm going to create this, and now this is the new version of the personnel screen. And in fact, full disclosure, we have a couple little bugs that we have to work out, which is, um, you know, what we're doing, which we'll end up doing here. But the page does function and operates the way it should. So that is a good thing there. A couple things I wanted to show you that are new on the personnel profile screen is that one of them here is we have change password for, and we named our guy Mr. Tibbs. So let's say we wanted, maybe our person comes back from the summer and they forgot they forgot their password. One thing you could do for them is change their password directly. There's other ways to retrieve passwords, but this is just one additional method that you can do. So if our person comes back and they can't remember their password and you want to help them out as an administrator for that, for your school, you will have a chance to check on this link that says change password for Mr. Tibbs. When I click that, it's going to open up a very simple little pop-up screen, and all I have to do is just put in that password 2 times, put that information in, then I'll click the change password button, and instantly that person's password becomes whatever I put in. I could contact them, let them know, hey, I changed your password to just your first name or something, just so you can temporarily get in. Then when they get in, they can change the password back to something more secure, something of their choosing. But it's just another way to do that. And then this one is, I think, is really cool. This is an ability to give this person new privileges at the school. It actually takes out the necessity of having that person go and applying for the privileges. So if I'm a school manager or district manager and I realize that maybe I have we'll call this maybe a school psychologist here, and I have them assigned at my elementary school, but then it occurs to me I need to have them working with a student in the middle school. The old way would be to say, I'd have to call up the personnel, say you need to log in, you need to go to the personnel tab, you need to apply for this new privilege. That method will still work and that won't be removed, but a little faster method would be is I can come over here, click new privileges. That's going to open up a little pop-up screen. And again, it's just going to allow me to directly give them account access that they don't have to apply for. So when I'm done with this, they will have this privilege I give them. So my particular district has only one district and there's only one school, so that makes that easy. But let's say my person now is a case manager. Maybe I decided, at some point I need to have them become an associate school manager as well. So instead of having them do that, I'll just say the district is this district, the school is my Planet Earth school, I'm giving them this privilege, and as soon as I hit save, it will save that change into place, and I'll save privileges, click to continue. So I'm just going to click that, that'll close this window down, and then when I come back down, you'll see that account is currently active. They had an associate school manager privileges, and the next time they log in, they will have full access to all the students. Now, just as a reminder, if you accidentally put the wrong one in, maybe I didn't intend to do that, I always have the option just to come over here, click this little link that says remove. I'll make sure I say that that's okay, and as soon as I do that, I can delete that privilege as well. So, very hard to make a mistake here. It's pretty easy, but I think this will be a nice little time saver for folks, so they won't have to go and log in these privileges. You can just assign them directly through this screen. I really hope you enjoy these new features, and if you can come up with some ideas to help us improve it, we would certainly love to hear them. So thank you very much.